Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and we've got just some Oddball premium diecast to show you today, all of which was purchased from AliExpress. Before I begin the video, please subscribe, maybe? I don't know, like, comment, I appreciate all that stuff. That would be good. I've been working on this channel for quite a long time. It's got a lot of diecast content, tons of it, so if you're new here, I would appreciate you checking it out and subscribing. It would be cool. I don't normally ask for that in the beginning of a video, but we'll try that today and see what happens, right? Anyway, we got some entertaining content here. This is all purchased from AliExpress. This is like, some of it was in the midst of the tariff crisis kind of thing, and some of it was not. It seems to be that AliExpress purchases, at least like low value ones, haven't really been that affected. I don't understand what's going on with that. So this is not going to be a video where we're explaining any of that, and I don't follow it close enough. I don't know anything, but I do know that this was purchased from there, and if you're interested in some of these models, that's probably where you're going to have to get them, because I don't know where else they're available. Maybe somewhat on eBay. But we're going to look at all of these today. We got 6 models to look at. We're going to start with some of the, I guess, weirder ones. They're Barago. It's a brand that you may recognize. I mean, that Barago stuff is still sold in the U.S. You know, I think currently right now they have like 143rd F1 cars you can find pretty easily, I think, at Target and Walmart. But these are actually like Lynk Co. This is actually, I believe, a Chinese auto manufacturer. And these Baragos, obviously, these ones are not available, as far as I'm aware, in the U.S. I got these two Chinese ones. We got Geely and Lynk Co. And I got these a long time ago, and I just haven't opened them yet. So these come in a box. You will find that if you're new to purchasing diecast from overseas, particularly eastern side of the world, you find that often they come in boxes. Come on, blind boxes. They don't typically come like in a carded pack where like you could see the vehicle inside. So that's more of a Western thing. So yeah, so that may turn you off, because if you're a carded collector, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to collect the box and leave this thing sealed? No, because you can't see the vehicle in it. I'm not even sure the color is going to match the art on the thing, because I think this one, I think I got it in a different color, and it might be that. That sticker might indicate that. I'm not sure. I can't remember because it's been a long time. Let's go ahead and open this up. Yeah, I think I was accurate in saying that. All right, so Lynk Co. number 2, and I think that's literally what the car is called. I don't know anything about the actual car manufacturer. I just thought it'd be cool to get some CDM, Chinese domestic market vehicles, into the collection. And check out this guy. So, does it look like anything super special? From a design perspective for the vehicle, no. It looks very much like a modern vehicle that you would see in the U.S. There's no real difference, but the casting, man, is cool. I can feel it right away. Pretty high quality. It says it's 1/64 scale, and I believe it to be so. It's probably accurately scaled. It's got a plastic base, which don't care about that. It's got rubber treaded tires. It rolls really nice. We have headlight detail. I'm trying to figure out if that is an inserted piece or not. It kind of feels like it is. I think it actually is. The rear part is an inserted piece that's painted, it looks like. It's got this kind of like green trim, yellowish. I think that's supposed to be like the representation of what the color is. It's kind of a darkish gray. It's got suspension, which is my favorite feature in a diecast model, in a premium diecast model. When they have some bounce, that is literally my favorite thing. Like, if you're going to do a moving part or add some sort of part to it, instead of opening hoods or opening doors or opening this, opening that, put some bounce in the car. That's my favorite. That is my favorite. I'm pretty sure it's very easy to do. The technology has been out forever to do that, considering the fact that really old Matchbox had it as well. So this is See, and anytime I get this weird stuff like this is actually really cool. It's kind of a unique thing to collect. So if you like weird and, interesting stuff to add to your collection, I think this qualifies, right? It's not something you're going to see in everybody's collection. So a pretty nifty model, and I think it's quite neat. You guys might disagree, and that's okay. All right, Geely Auto. Cool. This one is cool. Let's open that up. If we can get the shrink wrap, Barago's like shrink wrap or cellophane wrap or whatever it is, they do about the best job ever. I mean, it is like tight to the packaging. I'm trying to get this open here. I have to get out a razor, and I think I just cut into the box because it's how tight this is. Dude, I am struggle fest, and I got a pretty long thumbnail on that hand there. I pick and pluck a guitar every once in a while, finger style, so I do keep some semi-long fingernails on the one hand. Would you... Dude, I'm going to destroy this box just trying to get the plastic off of it. All right. Anyway, we're getting there. And yeah, look at that. I cut right into the... whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't collect these things for the packaging. If you guys are new to the channel, you'll figure that out pretty quick. Some people complain about the way I handle these cars, thinking I'm rough with them and stuff like that. I just find that to be comical. Because these things should be able to withstand a little bit. All right, here's this. And again... it looks like it could be a Honda Pilot almost, or like anything that's, modern little mini hatchback SUV type little thing. It's cool. Look at how cool it is. Again, painted detail in the front. It's probably going to tell you it's 1/64 scale on the bottom. It does. And it's plastic base, rubber tires, wood tread, bounce. Love it. Just love it. Very nice. I mean, it's a high quality little model. And again, it's a boring car, right? I mean, it is boring. It's a modern, boring car, but that kind of makes it cool, right? If you're doing like diorama stuff and things like that, having like cars like this to add into your diorama or whatever, if you're doing like a modern city scene or a modern like suburban scene, something like that, it makes sense to have some bland cars because that's what you actually see out on the road. And I think these things are very, very cool. And anytime, I have a couple of other ones in my collection I got a while ago. It really makes me want to get like all of these to add to the collection. The quality is just, it's definitely there. And they look very good. All right, so now we're moving into something a little more fancy, just a little bit. A Bugatti. Centodieci, I don't know how to pronounce that. Centodieci 2019. This model is made by JKM. It doesn't even have anything on here, does it? That indicates that. It says it's Bugatti official licensee. And that very well could be that it is licensed, but I guarantee you it's not licensed to be sold in the U.S. I'm gonna just say that that's probably the case. Although it's got the international 0 to 3 mark on it, which means pretty much everywhere in the world it can be sold. Or at least it's intended to be sold pretty much everywhere. Let's go ahead and open it up. So this comes in a little bag inside of the box. Now, Mini GT did a great version of this model. It looks fantastic. So that's why I almost didn't buy this one. And I've got a lot from JKM. And I don't even know for sure that JKM still makes vehicles. I think they turned into Mazdi, M-A-S-D-I or M-A-Z-D-I. I'm not sure exactly how it is, but I think that's what the brand turned into, and they kind of changed up their stuff. But, I mean... And this was cheap, by the way. I think it was like $7. I think these were pretty cheap too. I can't really remember, but yeah. I mean, very, very cool. And if anything, that I'm gonna have a problem with this tariff stuff or anything like that is gonna be not being able to get diecast from Asia, because they just have stuff that's not easy to get here. And they definitely, like, from a perspective over there, it seems like people really tend to collect, like, detailed models. They don't really care for, like, Hot Wheels style stuff. I mean, I could be completely wrong. It's not like I have any friends over there that I can talk to. It'd be cool to have some friends over there. So if you're watching and you are from China and you can communicate with me, I'm definitely interested in what you got to say. Very, very cool. I think this model's done really well. I'm trying to tell. No, it's just painted in there for the headlights. A very futuristic looking car. We got this light bar across the back. I don't have the Mini GT kind of version of this handy where I can show you a comparison. But I can tell you this thing was cheaper than a Mini GT. Did I tell you it had a metal base, rubber tires with tread. It rolls really nice. It kind of feels like a Mini GT, but maybe a little bit less premium. But it's cool, and I like it. They do a bunch of Bugattis. Maybe they really do have the Bugatti license. You never can tell, though, right? Hard to tell. We're going to leave the two big box acrylics next. This one in particular, I think a lot of people are going to be interested in. That one wasn't cheap, but I had to get it. And pretty neat there. Let's arrange these a little bit better. Then we got this. This is from Diecast Team, or DCT. Which maybe, is it DCT? DCT turned into Shadow, but they still release stuff under DCT sometimes. That's one thing. These brands in Asia, like, it is confusing. And I think they all, like, are made on, like, there's one or three different factories, something like that make all these for all the different brands. So that's why it's really hard to keep track of, and I doubt this one is. Oh, this says it's a Honda official licensed product from Sunart International Enterprise Limited. So that's kind of interesting. It's interesting too that this is a 14 plus, and then this one was a 0 to 3 no, which is kind of interesting. But to see this being licensed is kind of interesting. Typically, for DCT, Shadow, yada, 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 the only things that are going to be licensed usually are the Toyotas. And, man, this box is tight. I have oh my God, I have a ton. What? All right, there we go. Jeez Louise. All right. I have a ton of models from DCT or Shadow or whatever. I have an absolute ton of them. And I keep buying them when they come up with new castings because they're generally pretty good quality. And they're also generally not expensive. Now, of course, that price is going up with the added expense of getting it here, but DCT. So it's kind of generic base. Honda Accord Sedan 2005. Just a sticker. That's just a sticker that says Diecast Team. Pretty generic. They don't screw the car to the base, and I actually really like that. It's not screwed down. It just has this little blister that holds the car in place. So there is a trade-off to that. Obviously, if you display it, you can either display it without the blister, which it'll look better, but it'll move around in the acrylic, or you can display it with this, and you're going to see this inside of there. So the screw is better for display. Storage, I prefer this. But let's check it out. So here's your Honda Accord. You see me, I checked for the bounce. It doesn't have it. All right, very cool. Inserted details for headlights. Liking that. I believe, I got this one in like champagne-ish gold. I believe this is available in a bunch of different colors. And that's typically anything that comes out from this brand is going to be available in a ton of different colors. They release them all at once. So you can, and that's kind of the way to do it for them because, right, you manufacture the car, you do it in a bunch of different colors. All they got to do is change the body paint. So it's really easy for them to release a ton of them. It's probably cost effective. Taillight details really good. Mirror details pretty decent too. Another kind of basic sedan, right? But I think it's a cool car. And I don't think there's anybody else that really does this car in like a true 1/64 scale kind of premium kind of deal. At least not that I'm aware of. This particular Gen Accord. Plastic base. don't care about that. It's got detail on the base, it's got treaded tires, and rolls really well. It actually has disc brakes in there, which rotate with the wheels. That's why there's no caliper, I don't think. Yeah, there's no caliper. It just shows the discs. That's good. I mean, it adds a little bit of realism to it. Pretty good there. I wasn't looking at these really closely. I should probably do that. Yeah, this one's got the illusion of the discs in there as well. This JKM does not. But look at that little printing, that Bugatti logo in the center. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty Saturn too, which is really good. That's a struggle zone for some people, some brands. This is nice. This is nice. I like it. I think it's cool. Would I get it in any other color? Maybe. Maybe I would get it in other colors. I want to collect almost all of these because they're actually really good. Like the DCT Shadow models. Shadow Pro is actually what was GCD. It's so confusing, you guys. So, and even people have even tried to explain stuff to me, and I still don't remember it all. I don't really care either. It's really, you know, whether or not I like the model, I don't really care what brand it is. I'm not. There's a few brands that I'm loyal to, in a way, but brand loyalty is not something that I have. It's either I like it or I don't. I don't necessarily care what brand it is. Okay, not that kind of shopper. Too cool for that, man. All right, next is 596. Which I have, I believe, one or two other models that have been released as 596s. Had to grab this one. So this is a scale model for display purposes only. Limited availability, made in China. 596. Foil printing on here. They don't have anything indicating what the vehicle is on the outer box of the package. Which definitely means, I mean, this sucker is not, it can't be, it just cannot be licensed. There's no way. I mean, their 596 name is trademarked, apparently. But it is a Ford E350, and comes in an acrylic case, and again, no screw. Just a blister. Set the car or truck, whatever, aside for a second. We do have a Ford logo. It is an E350 Super Duty. What is that little writing down there? I got a Super Duty. I don't know what that is. Can't see it. This seems pretty premium. This is actually like a loom or whatever, tin little plaque thing. So that's cool. You can see in like trophies and stuff like that. But here's the vehicle, and this is what we're really in it for. And there's a few different colors of this available. So if you want this, you don't like the brown and white. I don't know why I necessarily picked the brown and white. I guess it was my favorite. I think there's one in blue. I don't know what else they put out, but this is a pretty nice casting here. Kind of interesting. So, guess what, guys? It's got the bounce. It's got the bounce. It's not a great one. Oh, wait. I don't know if that's even intentional. It's actually got leaf springs made of plastic. I don't know if I'm supposed to be bending that. But it does give it some, like a soft ride. So the base is, the base is metal. So the base is actually metal, but it's got plastic pieces. The exhaust is a plastic separate piece. The transfer cases are separate pieces, and they're plastic. Drive shafts are plastic separate pieces. It's got a lot going on down here. And the little step is also plastic and is a separate piece. That's interesting. It's screwed together. Tires are rubber and shredded, and they have prototypical rims, which is great. The mirror detail looks pretty darn good. Yeah, this is a pretty slick little model. I'd love to get this in another color. Inserted details for headlights. Ford logos fairly well centered and high definition. And what? Why is there a sticker on the back? Oh, did the back doors open? Do the back doors open? They have a sticker holding them together. It appears that they do. And again, I don't care about this. The back doors opening mean zero to me. And actually, I'd rather them almost not, because this sticker residue now is on here. And I do not like that they put a sticker on there, because I know eventually that's going to, like, rot the paint or whatever. Kind of cool, though. It's got that white stripe and then a, like, blue stripe above it. Taillights are detailed as well, and then it's got these opening doors, which, I mean, let's be honest, is that really necessary to be able to open the door and see, like, whatever this back of the back seat is with zero cargo space? I mean, maybe that seat folds down. Kind of weird. The windows are, I think, meant to be a little tinted, but it just gives them kind of a cloudy look, almost dirty look. So I'm not super into that. And like I said, I'm not really into, like, opening features like that, because it kind of ruins the look of the back of the vehicle. And now that I shut these like this, these are going to be a kind of difficult. I'm going to have to get, like, I don't know, Goo Gone or something. I'm not sure what's going to remove that residue. Maybe a rubbing alcohol or something. Something that I got to be careful of, not to remove the E350, but... So that's a little disappointing. I love this model except for this whole situation. I just wish it was a closed back. I don't think there's any reason to have that open. Zero. I mean, it's not a toy. It doesn't need play value. If it's for display purposes only. And what, like, world do you need to display this with rear opening doors? I mean, it just doesn't do anything for me. But other than that, this vehicle is really cool. And kind of cool to get an actual 1/64 scale E350, because I don't think that's ever been done in diecast as far as I'm aware. All right. Next is, well, Pontiac Aztek. This is made by GOC, which I have a couple of GOC models in my collection as well, and they're typically done very, very nicely and very well done. This, of course, is interesting because it is a Pontiac Aztek, and of course it is made to be like the Breaking Bad Pontiac Aztek. So I believe that's what it's supposed to be, show-inspired. Pontiac Aztek, as we see, definitely, considering the fact there is the little gas mask there, and of course the RV in the background. So, kind of interesting that they did this. Of course, this is off-label. It's not going to be licensed in any way, shape, or form. Okay, definitely not licensed. GOC Vehicle Museum. I should check. What is that? Anyway, China, made in China, and pretty nifty. This one is screwed down to the base. The acrylic is also taped, so we're going to have to remove a little tape dot. And then it appears to have some weird residue on the inside of that. I don't really like what's going on there. We're going to try to clean that up here in a minute. Not on camera, so don't worry about that. I'm not going to make you suffer through that. We're just going to look at the vehicle. This thing was not cheap, but I had to get it. Aztek. You know, looking back, I don't think the Aztek's all that ugly. And it's not because of the show. It's just because they're sportier looking than I thought they were. Dare I say that an Aztek is sporty looking. So this is definitely in static display mode. The wheels do not, I mean, basically don't even rotate at all. So this is not a roller. This is really static display. Paint seems to be nicely done. And that's weird because some of the GOC models, I mean, most of them I thought were rollers. And this is like set up like it should be able to roll. I mean, the wheels do turn. They're just, the tires rub. You know, after playing with it for a while, it could start. It looks to be very detailed. I mean, we've got that tinted back window, including the weird back window there. We've got inserted details for the headlights. It's got the hubcap missing, of course, from the wheel there. And then these other ones, it has the rim. Okay, so it's just a different tire in the back, like a spare or whatever. And these are a rim. It does have the brakes behind it. You can tell that by these little plastic little pieces right here and here. The body is metal. The base is metal. Yes, I think it is. That's not resin. And then it's got the Pontiac logo there, and of course inserted details for headlights and taillights. Finish-wise, I mean, it looks pretty darn good. Kind of disappointed that the thing doesn't roll. I don't know why that really matters to me, because I'm never really like rolling these around, but it is somewhat satisfactory when the vehicle rolls and rolls smooth. It gives it a bit of a quality that I like, a quality feel that I like. So I think this is very neat. They've got this Aztek, I think, out in other colors too. So if you don't want like the Breaking Bad version, you can go ahead and get something else. I don't know. I've got the green light. What was it? Custom Fleetwood, or whatever it was. I think it was the RV. I've got the green light one. I don't think I have the actual Breaking Bad release though. I think I've got just a generic release of that. But you could make a little diorama with this, and maybe that would be fun. I don't know. The show was obviously very popular. It's one of the few shows I've watched all the way through, so I'm familiar with it. Never seen Better Call Saul, though. Should probably check that out. I haven't seen any of the spin-off ones. But it was an interesting and fun show, so yeah, pretty cool. So I think that thing's neat. Really neat. All right, you guys let me know what you think about these models. I have a playlist on the channel that just says Premium/Import Diecast, and there's all sorts of stuff like this in that playlist. Like there's a ton of content in there. So you want to see more detailed models, go ahead and check that out. And they're typically not going to be from brands. Well, some of them are brands you reckon. I have Mini GT in there, Inno in there, Tarmac Works in there, all that stuff. Plus all the weird stuff like this. So go ahead and check that out. You might find something you really like and want to purchase, and go ahead and do that. And that would be good. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day.